got all my end panels done. There's one sitting up there. And unfortunately, let me come around here so you can see better. Okay, I got one of the end panels put down and two of the aprons already in place. I'm going to go ahead and put that top on. I don't unfortunately have clamps big enough to do a 4-foot stretch. So getting creative and just keeping everything lined up. Keep it light till you get it right and send it. So I'm going to go ahead and get some more of this put together and let you see. This is going to be an L-shaped disc. And the customer did not want it painted or stained, so that saves me a lot of time. Starting to look like a disc. Actually, this is just going to be the one part of the L, actually the smaller side. But let me go ahead and continue. That bottom piece is just there to support the panel. It's actually going to get one on both sides, so I'm going to get that going. I'll show you a little bit more as I progress. Okay, that's the last pocket hole for the last 3 aprons I gotta do. I'm gonna show you real quick kind of what is going on. Back up a little bit here. Okay, this is an L-shaped disc. Let me move these aprons. I hope those are actually called aprons. Okay, it's an L-shaped disc. You see I got crossbuck end panel, crossbuck end panel. We'll call these top aprons and bottom ones. And there's going to be a bottom shelf down there. Now, this is the other one that's going to complete the L shape. The span on this one is going to be 4 foot. Okay? Now, from the corner back this way, it's going to be 5 foot. All right? Now, I'm going to have an inch overhang on my top everywhere. So that span is 46 inches. 47, 48 gives you the extra inch. The top will be 48. The frame is 46 there. Now here it's a little tricky. Not really nothing to scare you, but it's a little bit different because I have to take 60 inches, which will be 5 foot. All right, and I'm going to go to 58. There gives me my inch overhang on both sides. That's 2 inches less than 60 to allow for the overhang. So now I'm going to start with 58 for the frame. You got to go from this dimension from here to here. Okay, subtract that from 58 and also subtract this 1.5 inches from 58 to get that piece that goes in here, which is 36.5. You don't know what my dimension is there, so you can't check me on that, but trust me, Now, I've got them just finished here. I'm going to go ahead and pocket holes are ready to go. Going to go ahead and get this stuff lined up. I don't have a clamp anywhere near big enough to clamp these things, so I'm going to do the best I can. It's kind of like I did on the 4-foot section there. But I'm going to get set up and start attaching this other end panel and giving this thing the shape it needs and go from there. But of course, that's not before I sand. Of course, everybody's favorite thing to hate is sanding. Just kidding, I wasn't going to make you watch me sand. You get the idea. See how heavy she is. Oh, have mercy. And that top is the heaviest part, and it's not even done yet. Well, there she is, all tipped over, finally taking shape. The only thing, again, I got to do is just put that bottom shelf in that compartment down there, and sorry about that. Get started on this top. It's not too late, but it's been a long day. I think I'm going to pick up on that top in the morning and charge a battery on this camera, and we'll get the top taken care of. And again, I don't have to paint or stain, so it's going to be a little different. Let's just see this. It's a good desk. It's like I said, again, that's 5 foot on the back stretch, 4 foot up there. I am, though, curious to see exactly what the sitting area allows for. I think it's 38 inches or something like that. We'll just call it like we see it. What do you know? What do you know? 38 inches exactly. And I don't remember what this should be. That's 26. It's not bad. So it's probably plenty of room, but the thing about it is also I designed it so that it wouldn't be just big enough, but not too big to be able to take into a house or put in the back of a truck. Because the longest span is, well, I'm sorry, the shortest span is 4 foot there. And it's going to go in my nephew's truck just fine. Again, I'm going to sign off for now. Pick it up in the morning when I can start working on the top, and we'll see you then. Well, good morning, everybody. I actually did get a little bit done on the top last night. Basically, the foundation of it, 2 boards. So, you know, kept pressing on for a little bit, but I was getting tired, and I realized I was starting to do some stupid things, like start to pocket hole the wrong side, so I had to call it a night. But I've got the first 2 laid out here. Gotta go ahead and put some pocket holes on this side. I'm gonna just keep lacing the boards in, as you can see. Gonna let that start taking shape. And down here, went ahead and filled those spots where the pocket holes are on the top, because she's gonna paint this. But I did want to put a pocket hole on both sides so it'd have strength. A couple of bad places, I went ahead and puttied those as well to make it look a little nicer. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get some started here. This is the 1x6 actually, right here. That's one of the nicest ones I've ever seen. I mean, this whole sheet has okay, maybe 2 knots in it. So I was actually wanting to use that for another project, but I'm out of. That's all I have left in the shop with me, and I got to put a shelf down here. And I'm pretty sure she's going to paint that. So I hate that it's going to be painted, but anyway, let's go and go ahead and get started on it. Okay, I brought in the next piece for the top. As you can see, I brought it right up, made a butt joint here. And as you can see, my pocket holes from the previous board will go into the side of this one. And now I get it all lined up real nice and tight. Clamp it so I can mark it. You know, it's lined up perfectly. Check your square here. I'll come down here, mark the previous board, make my cut. Of course, then the next board's going to come from up this way, but up here, and it's kind of like letting them weave together. It's going to be interesting to see how it looks on the other side, of course. Okay, I got about 2 boards going both ways. You see how I got them laced in together, and pocket holes holding everything together, clamps, glue, and screws. Really got to manipulate on the other side there to make sure everything is close to flush as I possibly can get it. But yeah, I'm liking the way it's coming out so far. I'll do a few more and let you see the progress, and of course flip it over and sand it. Should look pretty nice. I love the way, you know, this option to do the joining of the 2 panels. It's pretty good. Well, there she is, finally. Gonna go ahead and flip her on over here and take a look at it, let it sit on the desk like it's supposed to, and see what the top actually looks like. Yeah, it turned out pretty nice, I must say. I love the way this pattern, you know, lacing the boards in like that. Lacing, weaving, whatever you want to call it. It's pretty cool, actually. Could have easily just mitered them, but I want to do something a little different than I actually did. So yeah, it's a big old desk. It's kind of, like I said, about a 1-inch overhang all the way around. Of course, it's not. It's just sitting on here. Boy, she's heavy too. Lord have mercy. Let's get a view from over here. Excuse all the mess. Big old fly coming in the shop. It's pretty cool, actually. Yes, sir. Really nice L-shaped desk. That's awesome. Just got to do the bottom shelf and I am done. Okay, I'm going to show you real quick how to figure out some spacing. That's my bottom shelf, and I wanted the boards, I wanted to space them out a little bit. So I'm going to take you down here. It's, of course, you can see it's flipped up, you know, so I can work on the bottom shelf easily. Whereas you can see, this is the leg panel's far edge, and that's the other far edge. Now I wanted a board tight against the end panel here on each corner as well as on the other side. You can kind of see I wanted it tight to the edge. Okay, now I wanted to space out the other ones. So, and only the 2 far ends are actually screwed in yet. But what I did, once I put the far left and the far right ones in, I measured from here to the edge of here and got that dimension, okay, which was 32 inches. And I realized I'm going to need 4 boards. 1, 2, 3, 4. So those are 1x6s, which are 5.5 inches. Multiply 5.5 times 4, and it comes up with 22. So the material filling the space of 32 is 22 inches. Okay, so now I need to subtract 32, which is the total opening from edge to edge, with what will fill it, which will be 22. What is left over is 10 inches. So now you got to take that 10 and divide it by how many spaces between where we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 10 divided by 5 is 2. So then I cut me a 2-inch block, as you can see, fit it in between each one, and now you have your even spaces. Pretty simple. Hope I didn't confuse you. Alright guys, there she is finally. Of course the top's still not put on her. Got the bottom shelf put in there. She's a big one. 5 foot down the back side, 4 foot this way. I'm going to go ahead and take it out, set it in the yard, carry the top over and set it on there so you can get a better look at it. Okay, there she is. Again, I'm going to let you see that pattern. Laced the top together, rounded the edges, and crossbuck end panels, bottom shelf put in. Turned out pretty nice, actually. enjoy building it. It's heavy. But yeah, I'm gonna walk all the way around it. That's a lot of desktop real estate there. Again, the customer wants to paint and stain it, which is fine with me. I do enjoy it, but I mean, that really, it looks, I think this looks really good now, but I'll tell you, paint and stain is just really gonna make this piece. But guys, I hope you enjoyed watching, and if you find any of this useful, leave a comment below. Look forward to doing another one pretty soon. I'm booked up again for 3 weeks solid with builds, so hope we have another video out pretty soon. Till next time, see you later.